Hi, I'm Mahmoud.
And it's Florian.
And today we are going to be talking about this pedalboard here that you will be seeing in this cam over there. And the goal is, well, I have a little music studio here and I want to force myself to be more creative and use guitar effects in ways that I usually wouldn't. And Flo over here is a dear friend of mine who's going to help me achieve this. So, this is the journey to the most creative pedalboard ever created. Something like that. And so, he's been building pedalboards for a long time now.
Yeah, how do I say? Around 4 years now.
There you go.
It started with a pedalboard for myself, and then I made steps towards my my final goal, and that was a switching system, like the ones that my heroes are using, like Steve Lukather or Michael Landau.
Speaking of pedalboards, I think when we speak of pedalboards, there's one very important component that maybe sometimes gets overlooked, which is the pedalboard itself.
Yeah.
So tell me about this.
Yeah, it's as my T-shirt. I have a T-shirt from Reto First Guitars. It's yeah, thanks. It's a guitar builder from Wädenswil. He's a master luthier actually, and he made this pedalboard, this basic pedalboard. It's a wooden constructor, and the cool thing about it, it has an angle on it. I don't know if you see it. If you see it on camera, yeah,
you can see
it has a great angle, so you can get to the pedals in the upper segment. It's not very light, but not too heavy. It's the power supply, a very important component. Also, we'll talk about this later. Is also incorporated on the back.
Speaking of the power supply, why did you pick this specific power supply?
So the great feature of this kind of power supply is that it has got very high current outputs.
Okay.
And it has 7 of them. And the great thing also is you have I guess on 4 of them you can choose the voltage on it.
Okay.
Every power supply that has got isolated output, that means that they aren't connected internally.
Yeah.
Is a must-have feature actually.
Okay.
Because you need separated outputs just to be sure that you don't have any hum added to the pedals. And there are some pedals, if you daisy chain them, if you have more pedals on a single output, yeah, then it can happen that they get hum from another pedal. It's just, I guess, one of the most high current power supplies, and I like that.
Okay, so it's very flexible and it allows you to do most of the things that you need to do with the pedalboard that we're trying to achieve.
Yes.
Okay. And speaking of pedals, we need cables to connect them.
Alrighty.
So tell me about that solution and why you go with that solution.
So you usually have two ways to do it. Like the easier way would be, let's go to solderless, like George L or Three Monkey. I don't know them actually. I had some George L's, and they're very simple to make. Just put it in or screw it in, and then here we go.
Yeah.
So there's like one example, one guy that uses solderless that I'm trusting, like Dan Steinhardt from the Gig Rig company, and
that pedal show.
He has that pedal show. Thanks.
Yeah, he does a lot of amazing pedalboards. Yeah. He goes solderless. He knows what he's doing, so it can work. You choose to go soldered.
Soldered because it's just a trust thing. I'm like, when Dave Friedman and Bob Bradshaw and these kind of legendary rig builders are using these kinds of plugs. Let's show it in here.
I think.
These are the Kmmk square plugs. And what I have in my hand here is the square plug, and this one is the straight. Amazing, looking great, and are easy to solder. And so then another thing are the cables. I haven't got any cable with me, but Reto First has bought another cable. We will put it in the description. I don't know the exact name of it, but it's we used a broadcast cable that our television companies are using, and we had great results with them. They are flexible but a bit sturdier, so fine for pedalboards and sounding well.
Now there's the final topic, which is the whole reason why we're here.
Signal
chain, pedal order, and which pedals do I want on my pedalboard. Now, first and foremost, here's maybe an inflammatory question. Do you think there's a wrong signal chain when it comes to pedalboards?
No. There isn't any right or wrong, but there could be some cringy combinations. Like I've saw a pedalboard which had got a tape style delay at first. But when it's yeah, it was like that. It was shocking.
Yeah. We're going in deep. This is, after all, the journey to the pedalboard. So let's find out what goes on the pedalboard, and we'll show you what I am hoping to achieve. I think we'll start with obvious choice tuner.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
Now, where does the guitar go in? Does it go?
It's all in the right. We have like a small.
So this side.
Yeah, on the right side.
Okay, so we're starting. The guitar goes in here somewhere. There's a
input. We have a batch bay in it.
And so the tuner goes somewhere over here.
Yeah.
Or okay, where would you place it?
It depends. Okay. I mean, the tuner isn't the pedal that you step on it very much. You step on it during breaks, so it isn't the pedal that you step a lot on it. So my rule of thumb is that the pedals you need a lot or you press on and off a lot should be on the
bottom.
On the bottom.
Okay.
So the tuner is a candidate for the top.
Okay.
So let's say you have like a wah, an OD, and a distortion. I like them in a row. But sometimes when the distortion pedal isn't activated a lot, then it can be on the top, of course.
Makes
and
sense.
then on the other side, a delay pedal where you have to tap tempo a lot. It has to go to the bottom.
Good. So
we are
keep that on the top left or top right?
Just middle. It doesn't. I don't care right now.
Okay, good. Okay. So next in the chain,
I would go with the wah.
The wah. Well, yeah, I forgot about the wah.
And this, of course, will go to the bottom, to the right.
Just quickly, it's just a simple crybaby,
mini crybaby, yeah.
Basically, and I think it sounds okay. I don't use wah that much. I just want it on there for expression purposes. The goal of this pedalboard is for me to be able to be as expressive as I can be, and I think anything that modulates the sound in a way that I can control immediately is going to help that. So, where would you put it, you said? Like over here?
Bottom right, yeah.
Bottom right. All right. Let's keep it here.
It can be amazing when you cock it.
Yeah, especially like if you activate it and you just leave it in a position. That's a really cool sound. So, this is the noise gate. It's a very cool one, fairly cheap one, by Electro Harmonics. And the cool thing about it is it has a 4-cable solution. Basically, you can go in with the clean signal and you can gate the loop of the amp that you're using if you so choose, which I have done in productions, and it's very, very clean. And the cool thing is you can go lower with the threshold than you usually could, which is this button over here, and you would still get a very, very clean signal without cutting off the guitar at all.
Oh, wow. I mean, it's not. Yeah.
That's an always-on thing.
On the top, somewhere.
Let's just put it here for now.
Yeah.
And then we have two pedals that are also dependent on getting a rather clean signal, and that's these two. That's one, and that's the other.
Ricochet.
The Ricochet, which is basically a whammy pedal in stompbox form without the expression pedal. I do have a whammy pedal with the expression pedal, and some over there.
Well, let's get it.
And I do want it on the pedal board.
But it's huge.
So it's probably going to end up next to the pedal board.
Yeah.
Chances are it's not going to find its space on the pedal board, which is fine. That's one effect. And the other one, which is a favorite of mine, the Pog. Love this pedal. I think I would go whammy into Pog, right? I think this needs to be in the bottom because I need to be able to press that and be expressive with it.
You have, there's the momentary function,
exactly.
Great.
This, however, I think,
just put it on the
top. I'll go
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. What's the thing with this one?
Okay.
You can explain it better than me.
This is a really cool effect. This is basically, if you've ever heard any modern production, you've heard glitches. And usually those are synthetic. You have digital effects that can do that. More often than not, if you're hearing that effect on an actual production, it's manually chopped up. This is an analog solution for that. You have different kind of settings on it that you can use, and it will literally glitch your guitar sound. It will literally go, or it's a lot of fun more than anything, and it forces you to play very weirdly. It has a momentary function. And since it's an expressive pedal that needs me to interact with it, I will put it there.
But is it in front of gain or afterwards?
Honestly, I think I would put it probably first in the loop.
Alrighty then.
I think, like somewhere probably over here.
It just stays here as a placeholder.
Yeah.
And go to the fun stuff now.
Yeah, exactly. Drives. I think drives are the core of any sound. Like, as much as this stuff is fun and expressive, a good sound starts with the core. So I think we start with the JHS Bonsai.
How about that too? I mean, amazing. You guys can't see how many pedals are behind the cam. So, the Bonsai.
Yeah. Basically.
How many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? 9. It has 9 different inbuilt settings that emulate different versions of tube screamers, basically. And it's the pedal that makes it on like pretty much every production that I do. An overdrive pedal like this helps push the amp into the high gain territory where it stays tight without being too gainy, without losing definition, while still keeping a certain amount of the bottom end. It's just, in my opinion, if you have a good sounding amp, you can push it with this and it will sound even better.
And it just feels great. It's more a feel thing for me than a sound thing.
Yeah, not every metal amp needs it. Not every high gain amp is in need of it. Like an EVH 5150, you'll be fine without it. Overdrive, that's the first in the gain stage. Why? Because I intend to boost other gain stages with it.
Do you use it a lot?
Practically all the time, unless I'm using the EVH.
So, it can be on the top.
Yeah, absolutely.
Already.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's put it on the top here. Oh, microphone.
That's fine.
So, the next thing Yeah, let's start with the BEOD and then we can discuss.
Yeah, I would put the BEOD Deluxe pedal.
So this is like a placeholder.
Yeah.
It will be a bit bigger, but we just...
This helps us measure out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, I probably would put the BEOD Deluxe because it is not as high gain as a fuzz pedal is. My thought process is I want to cascade the gains. If I go from one gain level to the next, I want it to be higher, not lower, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
So let's keep it for now as is, and we'll add the muffletta after that.
Yep.
Which is also a JHS pedal. This particular one I have gotten on a loan from my dear friend Phil, who's not using it at the moment, but he will be getting this one back because I just today ordered one through him. He just found a used one and I'm getting that. I think this also could go on the top.
Yeah. If you don't use it... I mean,
if I use it, I'm just going to turn it on and then I'm going to play.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an on-off, on-off, on-off thing.
Yeah, perfect. Then
So-
the top it is.
Here?
Yeah. We have to make some directions with the tuner, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. Where would you put the volume pedal?
First or second thing in the loop. Which one do you use more, the volume or the wah? I guess the volume.
Probably the volume, yeah. I'm not
So
a
I
wah
would-
guy generally.
So, I would making...
Okay.
And then you like the very important pedal in the loop.
Well, the EQ. I think you're talking about the EQ, right?
Yeah.
This EQ pedal is important. I think it's something that gets overlooked by a lot of guitarists. Why, I don't know. Okay, let me start differently. Basically, when I record a high gain guitar, there's a good chance that I will be boosting some high end on it, especially the high mids. With this, I just add a little bit. Well, that was a lot, but like basically a small curve like that, which is like, I don't know, like 2-3 dBs of the high mid boost between like 1.6 and 3.2K, and it will brighten up the guitar incredibly, and it will cut through and it will sound super aggressive without additional gain stages or anything like that. And that basically makes the guitars cut through in a mix. You could use any EQ pedal. You could you use the MXR 10 band or anything like that. So I think probably
It's
up
a
here.
top. It's a top pedal.
Probably up here after the gain stage, somewhere here. And then there's very little left.
Yeah, we talked about this one.
Right
Comes
after. Yeah, right after.
We need to have some margin here because the BEOD would be
a bit bigger.
Be,
Well, there's 2 or 3 pedals that are kind of missing right now. But I think we can talk about delay. This is the Megabyte delay made by Caroline FX. Am I saying that right?
A gift for you, right?
Yeah.
Last birthday?
Yeah, my girlfriend got me this. Was it birthday or was it Christmas? I'm not sure. It's a really cool delay effect. It's expressive. It's got vibe, and it's got this really cool freeze function where you can play a note or a riff or whatever, and it just freezes whatever it hears last. It gets drony and crazy and ugly and
Does it oscillate?
yeah. Especially if you turn it up, it starts to oscillate.
Tape.
My delay of choice right now. I even like it on drums.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I've reamped drums through this.
But the whole kit or
Just the room. It's a vibe.
crazy? Yeah, it's a bottom goer.
Especially because of the freeze function.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm missing is a modulation pedal. This chorus, while it sounds alright, I've used it on productions, it's nice. It's not what I want on my pedalboard. I don't think it's crazy enough, if that makes sense. Which is why I've opted to go for the Earthquaker Devices Pyramids. Flanger kind of thing. This is the one that I want, basically. It's about the same size probably as this.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of different functions, modulation rates and stuff like that. You can make it sound like a chorus. It's just really cool sounding. And you can make it super crazy and genuinely upsetting, basically. And it will still be super musical.
I guess this is more like a loop pedal with with that kind of
Yeah,
functions.
yeah,
I would put it in front of the delay. So it would be around here.
Yeah, probably in between here or maybe on top. It doesn't need to be...
Yeah, I mean, you have a tap and trigger, you want to. I guess you want to.
Okay, fair enough. That's a good shout. Is there something else that we could put on here? Oh, the reverb. Yeah. Basically, I do have a reverb pedal. Just a TC Electronics Hall.
Oh, the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. And I think it's the Mini? I'm not sure.
Yeah, you actually have the flashback Mini and yeah, it would be lost.
Yeah.
Would be lost.
Yeah, exactly. So it's probably gonna be in the upper corner over here. And that's it. I'm not very particular about my reverbs. I just want them to be lush and nice, and if I want more, I just turn it up. It's probably going to be one effect, one choice of reverb. It doesn't need to be super complicated.
It's nice.
It's very nice, especially it's convenient for if you have limited space, which isn't necessarily limited here, as you can see.
We have some space.
We have some space. Like I'm not even sure which one it is, but it's one of the two. It's either the Mini or the normal regular sized one. Either way, it's gonna be fine if we put it up here. Basically, okay, let's just try to recap so we can figure out the signal chain for the viewers here. Basically, guitar goes into the pedalboard input over here.
Yeah.
Goes into the tuner. Would go into the silencer.
Yep.
Which is then split off. There's more than one signal going off if you want to. And then you go from the silencer, you would go into the ricochet. And then from the ricochet into the wah. From the wah to the pog.
Yeah.
And then from the pog, we go to the gain stages.
Yeah.
First, the bonsai. Then
BOD Deluxe.
The BOD Deluxe, which is not going to be... It's not here yet. This is the muff. It's going to be replaced. It's not going to be used. And then from here, we go to the JHS Muffaletta. And then...
we hit the preamp.
From the preamp, we go out, back into the silencer. We could go from the silencer...
in the volume pedal.
Into the volume pedal.
Hit the EQ.
And then the EQ. And then from the EQ, we go into this banana effects.
Bananarama.
Mandala effect. And then from there into what will hopefully be the pyramids. From the pyramids, we go into the delay pedal. And then finally into the reverb pedal.
Here we go.
From the reverb pedal, we go into the return of the amp.
Here we go.
And that's the signal chain.
That's the signal chain.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Will be great.
I'm so happy. I'm stoked. And we will keep you posted on how the build goes. I think that's it.
Will be great.
Will be great.